Hey guys, I'm not feeling that well tonight. My stomach is kind of upset, but the reason I'm making this video is because somebody had asked me, how do you install Windows 7? So I'm going to make a video, kind of like a tutorial on how to install Windows 7 so people don't screw up their computers. Okay, first I'm going to start off by saying, in order to make this a good record, to where you can see cleanly what's going on the screen, I decided to use a virtual PC and just use a screen recording program. That way you get the full understanding. Um, so to start, all you really have to have is your Windows CD. Now I guess every BIOS isn't the same, but every motherboard isn't the same. So I mean, I won't be able to show you how to get into the BIOS and change how to boot from the CD or whatever on your own computer. You'll have to figure that out on your own. Mostly you can hit like escape on boot up, or you can read the bottom, like if you have a boot logo on your computer, it'll say like compact or I don't know, eMachine or something. Most of the times if you hit tab or escape, you can go to a screen that shows another, it's called what is it? On my Asus it's called the boot logo, which is like the splash screen. And I don't know if it would be considered a long boot or a quick boot. I think it's called a quick boot on some other boards. Anyways, you can hit tab and you can look at your memory and all the information about your system. You'll have your processor information, the hard drives, the CD-ROMs, Blu-ray ROMs, whatever you have. And that's internal to your computer. They don't show USB devices and stuff like that, unless of course they're a drive type. So if you look toward the bottom, or sometimes at the top, it'll say a lot of times like press F2 to enter setup, or press F12 to select booting device, or select boot device F5, or it could be anything. So you might want to look for that on your screen. On the virtual PC, I'm going to have to hit F12 to select the boot device, even though it'll automatically boot. I'm going to show you guys that anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and start this installation. I just wanted to get the more complicated stuff out of the way first before I actually did this, so you guys know what's going on, because I will have to go fast. So I'm going to go and start it. Hit F12. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the sucker in full screen. So give me just a second. Okay, that's really not the best. Anyways, it'll say something like this on your screen. Not exactly. A lot of times a box will pop up or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and hit C to boot off the CD-ROM. And it'll go through and start loading the Windows files. And what this is doing is just loading up the install files. Normally takes about a minute or so on a decent PC. I'd say Core 2 Duo with 4 gigabytes of RAM would probably take no less than a minute. I am running this on a virtual PC, so it will be a little slower. So at the same time to kick over and run. And there's a lot of waiting involved. Hopefully, from now on, if you guys are trying to learn about computers, you want to get a Best Buy and pay something like $200 or $300 just to have them format and reinstall your computer. because that's absolutely ridiculous. It's very simple, very simple. I mean, you can really screw up your computer when doing this, but hopefully with the way I'm going to teach you, you won't have to mess up your computer. Sorry this takes so long. It's normally a little quicker through. There it goes. Okay, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is install in English. You can select your language if you have multi-language CD. Go ahead and hit install now. Now it's loading the next part of the GUI, which will be where we agree to the terms. Oh, okay. This is a 64-bit and 32-bit version. I'm not sure if it'll let me it probably will. I'm gonna go ahead and try the 64-bit version. The install. Actually no, 32-bit will be a little faster, so I'll go ahead and do that. It's really not gonna matter in any case. And it should ask me to accept the terms. Full screen's really messing it up right now. I'm gonna take this out of full screen real quick. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't realize full screen would be such a pain. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do custom. I never recommend doing an upgrade of an operating system simply because you can get a lot of errors with it, and depending on what version you're upgrading from, it can be very unstable. Also, you still have all your same fragmentation. You keep all your files, but it's just something that I do not recommend. I recommend clean install. Now this is the only drive I have in here right now. You guys might have a couple partitions. You might have a couple hard drives. Be sure before you do this to go in through your disk manager in Windows and make sure you have label all your drives, like say like for disk 0 or your Windows drive, be sure you name it Windows or operating system. If you have something for music, name it music. You know, just add a disk label to them. That way you don't get them confused. Because if you format one of these things, everything's gone. You're not going to get it back. Everything is gone. It's like taking your hard drive and smashing it with a sledgehammer and putting a new one in it. Everything's gone. Your favorites, your pictures of your dog, your music, your videos, everything. I can't stress that enough. You know, like something stored online, like emails. Some people download their emails with POP3. I don't know what you do, so be sure to label your drives. I don't want to be complained at over somebody messing up their computer. So just label your drives. If you haven't done that, go ahead and restart. Take out the CD. Don't boot off of it. Do that before you do this. It's only going to take an extra 5 minutes. So what I'm going to do is create a new partition. Just going to throw in another 100 megabyte one up there probably. Yep, 800 megabyte. And I'm going to go ahead and you want to install it to not that that holds all your boot information. So you want to install it to the bigger hard drive that you just created.